an all-new Dr. Phil. The Shining's Shelley Duvall, from red carpet to near recluse.
I loved Robin Williams. I don't think he's dead.
Where do you think he is?
Shape-shifting.
Do you see him?
Have, yes.
Her failing health and unusual beliefs.
The man who's threatening me is the sheriff of Nottingham. I think there's a whirring disc inside me.
A woman forgotten by the world, in need of help.
I need to get the Bermuda Triangle off of me.
Right.
Because I don't want a hairy chest.
Shelley, will you let me get you to the doctor so you can get checked out?
If you so much as attempt to get my moon I'll kill you.
Deal.
I'm very sick. I need help.
Well, that's why I'm here.
Her emotional journey to treatment.
Am I scared? Sure am. Sure am. Of course I am.
Shelley Duvall is best known for starring alongside Jack Nicholson in the horror movie classic The Shining, and for playing Popeye's skinny girlfriend Olive Oyl in the movie Popeye. She also created and starred in the 80s children's series Fairy Tale Theater.
This is a real thrill. It's very exciting. I love being a part of it all. It's good to be in a film that everybody likes.
You like her, don't you?
What's not to like?
Ace Award winner for children's programming, Shelley Duvall.
Thanks. This was my first experience in animation, and oh gosh, there is so much work that goes into it.
But for more than a decade, the once iconic actress has been living a life of almost complete isolation, far away from the bright lights of Hollywood. The former starlet, famous for her quirky and waif-like appearance, is unrecognizable, and she has withdrawn more and more from mainstream society. Take a look at Shelley and how she appears now as her health has deteriorated across the last decade.
They've confiscated my car. They foreclosed on it. There's no reason to age, okay? I'm not liquor. I'm not hard liquor. Although maybe I should have been. They look a lot better.
At times, Shelley expresses some very unusual beliefs, such as that the late actor Robin Williams is still alive, and that someone has changed her appearance in the middle of the night, and further, that she has recording devices implanted inside her body. This exclusive interview chronicles our battle to help Shelley Duvall. Will she be open to getting some much-needed professional help? This was a woman forgotten by the world, and we just could not walk away from her. Well, hi, Shelley.
Hello, Dr. Phil.
How are you?
Tell them to stop the heavy leg thing or I'm going to walk out.
Oh, tell them to stop what?
The heavy hip thing.
Okay.
Tell them to turn it off at the front desk.
Okay.
Right now, Cameron.
All right. Sarah, will you tell them to turn it off?
Yes.
Okay, great. How are you? Have a seat.
You got a heavy grip there.
I'm a strong Texas boy.
Are you really? I didn't know you were
Yes.
from Texas.
Have a seat.
It's like, I'm
You
not
got-
really, I haven't
You
brushed
have,
my hair.
you have a table where you can put stuff down there if you want to.
The the shoulder shot.
Yeah. It's so good to meet you.
I need help.
Well, that's why I'm here to talk
Someone
to
did that. Hi, cameraman.
you. Well, take a minute, take a deep breath. Where do you live? Do you live around here?
Or you wouldn't be here.
Well, I mean, do you live in town or out of town?
I live just outside of town.
How long have you lived here?
You know, you'd be a great Roosevelt.
You've been here a long time?
You would.
Do you miss making movies?
Yes, very much.
Was it fun?
I love film.
I'm a huge fan.
Thank you.
I'm a huge fan of yours.
What keeps them together? Mutual attraction.
Well, it's fairly romantic.
Loved the work, and you were a very funny comedian as well. You have a great sense of humor.
Well, you have to in my business.
Well, of course. Yeah, of course you do.
But I didn't plan on, you know, reaching 52 pickup age.
Well, you said
And,
that you
God.
need help.
Help? I need help getting back to my house that I never should have left because it was my homestead.
Yeah.
Despite whoever lived there before me, it became my house when I purchased it.
How do you feel health-wise now?
Health-wise, I need to get the Bermuda Triangle off of me
Right.
because I don't want a hairy chest,
Right.
Potter or otherwise.
Right. And
I'm not a Kia pet.
right. And are you in good health as far as like your heart and your lungs and everything? Are you fit?
You know, damned if I do, damned if I don't. I mean, if I say I'm healthy, the first thing they'll do is hurt me tonight.
Who will hurt you?
Whoever is in security or at the bank doing night work.
Well, that's what I want.
Who's doing off-duty police work in black and white?
Yeah.
Taxi?
Well, that's what I want to help you with, because it sounds like you feel like you have some people that are trying to hurt you.
This is okay right now.
Good.
But on the way in, past the front desk and all the way down the hall, it was very heavy legs. Buttocks, too.
Very heavy legs.
Yes, and buttocks. The man who's threatening me, threatened me to, he said, I'm gonna hang you up on the wall in my classroom.
And who is this man?
I don't know.
Okay.
But my guess would be he's been portrayed by either John Hurd or John Hurt or God, what is the other guy's name? Is or Father Goose. It's very confusing, very disturbing to me because they started out with ground zero and 000. It's like when a nun at some place tells you, you're almost 000. And she meant it. And anyway, and everybody was already listening in on me, even from Santa Monica.
How do you sleep at night?
How do I sleep?
Do you sleep okay?
Very difficultly, no. I
hard?
sleep with clothes and anything I can think of, like, to put behind me. Because they compromise my back, my spinal cord. They hurt my spinal cord.
How do they do that?
They did that with a Hornet. And it's some kind of Hornet that is, and I'm not calling Bette Midler a whore, and I'm not calling the group Chicago a whore. I'm just saying, here's this insect. It's about this long, inside measurements. And it's striped on the abdomen like a yellow jacket.
How long's that been going on?
It was only once.
Oh, just one time?
I was walking out in the front yard. It flew up my blouse and went to exactly the right vertebrae. It bit there, and it kept biting. It bit not only through and into the spinal cord, through in between the vertebrae. It likes what's it called? Cartilage. It likes cartilage.
Is this still inside you now?
Of course it is.
Okay, so it's not, it hasn't exited in any way. It hasn't come out.
Do you have an electron microscope?
Tell me about joy in your life.
The joy in my life has mostly come from watching the smallest life forms that are visible to the naked eye. I grew up with that TV series, didn't you?
Yeah. Are there times during the day that you're really happy?
Well, not excessively.
Yeah.
Although sometimes, no, I take that back. Sometimes I'm excessively blissful.
And what are you blissful about?
Well, when I realize something that's really wonderful, that the animals are sentient, for instance.
The animals are what?
Sentient. S-E-N-T-I-E-N-T.
And do you have friends?
No, I haven't really made friends here because they tricked them out. So It's like that old saying, to your friends no secrets tell, for when your friend becomes your foe, your secrets everyone will know.
Yeah.
And the World Wide Web and the internet have compromised not only most of our government, or all of our government, I'm afraid to say, but also our Defense Department. And that was always international. And I have no problem with the Defense Department, except where we disagree on a few things. I have a no-kill policy, unless self-defense.
Do you have an audio recorder inside you?
Coming up,
I gotta go get this thing out of me, whatever it is, or this, whatever it is.
plus Shelley's take on her former co-star Robin Williams.
I don't think he's dead.
Yeah. You don't think he's dead?
No.
We now return to Dr. Phil's exclusive interview with The Shining's Shelley Duvall.
Why don't you just get that nose job?
I did.
Charlie.
No, it's the word rhinoplasty. I mean, it's so unpleasant. It ranks right up there with hemorrhoid. Those are just two words you really don't want to get involved in.
What about a little cosmetics? You know, some shading along the sides and down the slope, a little bit on the end.
No.
It really helps.
No, it's not me.
During our interview, Shelley was either avoiding all of the questions or was in and out of contact with reality. At times during our interview, Shelley seemed lucid, even with a sense of humor, like when she's speaking about people she knows and places she's been. But her interpretation of her relationships with those people and those memories seemed at times to be quite unusual. Do you have an audio recorder inside you?
I think there's a whirring disc up. And have you ever heard of a film called The Chronicles?
Uh-huh.
Liz Heller. I never saw it. She gave me a copy and I didn't watch it because it's
I
like,
think of the vagina monologue.
I'm not gay.
Yeah.
And it doesn't mean I hate gays. It's just I'm not gay.
Uh-huh. Do you spend a lot of time alone?
Throw Mama off the train. Danny DeVito said it all, didn't he? Yeah. When you're spelling train T-R-A-N-E. Or is that T-R-A-I-N?
Do you spend a lot of time alone?
My grandmother on my father's side worked for the railroad.
Oh, they did. Are you by yourself a lot?
Too much.
Yeah.
So when these people invited me out, I thought, well, that's nice. You know what? I'm going.
Yeah.
Despite everybody else going, let me call the FBI first and check them out. It's like, do you know how long I live life without the FBI checking everything out first? 12445.
12445. Tell me about that.
My home address.
Uh-huh.
A 45 is a type of pistol.
Right. 45 caliber.
Yes, so it's a 006 is it's a shotgun, a sawed-off shotgun.
Have you seen the Dr. Phil show before?
Well, you're a doctor.
Right. Have you seen the Dr. Phil show before?
Yes.
You've watched it?
Yeah. It was, where was that on? It was either on in Houston, or it was on out west here. See, I was traveling back and forth trying to earn enough money to pay the IRS because the IRS lady was really mean in LA. And she said, you pay us first. You're not going to pay anybody else until you pay us.
You watched the Dr. Phil show yesterday.
No, because I haven't watched hardly any television because they put me on the cooking channel. I mean, on the cooked channel. Oh. It hurts.
Yeah.
As a matter of fact, my is probably just slightly recovering since I'm not at home sitting on the edge of the bed. It's probably the bladder being pulled downward. And that happened when I was on a Vogue magazine shoot.
Right.
In 1970. Yeah. They were taking my pictures to promote Brewster McCloud, I think, and McCabe and Mrs. Miller.
Right.
and Robert Altman, of course,
Right.
and David Foster, the producer. Oh, it was one of the MGM airs,
Yeah.
originals.
Is the president trying to get to you?
The president?
Uh-huh.
I called the presidents for help of the United States because I thought that they should get together and leave messages, like one big, like on a television series that was very tastefully done, like a town meeting, but without crazy people, asking them embarrassing questions or anything.
So, what was your favorite movie you
Their
ever
best
made?
speeches, you know what I mean? Or
Yeah, of course.
talk to the presidents.
Yeah.
And that would be great at FAO Schwartz, wouldn't
Yeah.
it?
What was your favorite movie that you
In New
made?
York City, not Mr. Schwartz who lives out here.
Right.
It's kind of like he went crazy and started dressing in red and black satin, silk shirts open to here.
Yeah.
Kind of like the guy from Surrey,
Yeah.
who made the prototype teddy bear for the Legend of Teddy R. Bear.
What's the favorite movie you ever made? Did you have a favorite? Did you like The Shining? Did you like Popeye? What'd you like best?
I had a great time on Popeye.
Uh-huh.
It was so much fun.
What do you remember about Robin Williams?
Robin Williams? Yes. Robin, I loved Robin. It was so much fun to work with. But he wasn't very, it's like after the movie you think, all these people come up to me in interviews and say, what was it like to work with Robin Williams? Well, it was great. It was. He came up with, the best jokes out of nowhere, off camera. Robert Altman's daughter was there with their baby, Sweet Pea.
Uh-huh.
He actually played the role of Sweet Pea, Robert Altman's own grandson.
Yeah.
Robin was making jokes saying, well, yeah, he's the only one of us that has womb service. Womb service, uh-huh. Yeah, well, I'll have womb service. Oh, that's right, they assigned me Stanley Wilson. He was in the barbershop quartet in the movie Popeye.
Yeah.
He was a friend of Robin Williams when I met him.
Yeah. I knew Robin and I was sorry when he died. That was a sad day.
I don't think he's dead.
Yeah. You don't think he's dead?
No.
What do you think happened?
Coming up,
Who do you think is after you?
I don't know. If I knew, I would tell you his name and I'd tell you to kill him.
Dr. Phil's exclusive interview with The Shining's Shelley Duvall continues.
Oh, come to Papa, me little sweet pea.
Yay!
You're me little sweet pea, you're me little sweet pea.
Sweet Pea? You're Bats.
Oh, yeah? I found him in Sweet Haven. That is why he's me Sweet Pea. I am calling him Sweet Pea, and that is his name. Ain't that the truth?
Yeah?
Yeah.
Well, Sweet Pea's about the worst name I ever heard on a baby.
Well, what do you want me to call him? Baby oil?
I knew Robin and I was sorry when he died. That was a sad day.
I don't think he's dead.
Yeah. You don't think he's dead?
No.
What do you think happened?
Well, Beatles escapes. I don't know. Stones escapes.
Where do you think he is?
Shape-shifting.
Yeah.
He looks real good in some forms, in other forms he doesn't.
Do you see him?
Have, yes.
Since he was reported dead, you've seen him?
No, it was before.
Okay. Do you think you'll ever go back to acting?
I think it would be fun to go back to acting. I'd like to not have broken teeth. The man who did this to me, one night I was about to go to sleep or try to go to sleep, and he said, I think I'm gonna give you that brown bikini. I'm thinking, what? Where's this coming from? Who is this? Who's saying this to me?
Who was saying it?
I don't know. If I knew, I would tell you his name and I'd tell you to kill him.
I want to help you with that.
Good. Because he's horrible. And he does a lot of people this way. He's scared a whole bunch of women. Not just me. There are women walking around. There are men walking around in god-awful pain. So much so that they cut him off. And recently, what he did to me, all right, first they started with the bamboo under the fingernail and the disappearance of the moons. on my fingernails. If you can get a close-up of that, that'd be great.
I see that.
The first finger to go was this finger on the right hand. They're like beating the dickens out of me. Hey, everything refers to being somebody beating me or hurting me or putting me down. One guy said he used my brother's voice, I think, when he was working at Exxon and really angry about something. And he said, I'm gonna take you down.
Who do you think is after you?
Simulation, whatever you call it.
Do you think
He
someone
put
is...
pockets in my throat because they were pissed off that I was never really given a tonsillectomy, except for just a trim. And he put pockets, and they call them hot pockets. You can go to any grocery store and get those things.
Who do you think is after you? Who do you think's trying to hurt you or is hurting you?
Somebody wants to take my place.
Your place in the world?
Me.
But who is it?
Probably someone who, just because my name is Shelley, and they can't get used to the fact that I'm a girl. I'm not Shelley Berman, nor am I Shelley Hack or Shelley, what's her name, Winters. I don't want to be in the Titanic upside down. You know, what was that movie she did that she acted in? It wasn't the Titanic. It was this
Poseidon.
Poseidon Adventure, was it?
During our interview, you'll notice what is called clang associations. Now, clang associations are when people group words together, usually rhyming words, even though the words don't have any logical reason to be grouped together. Clang associations may be present in patients that have a difficult time regulating thought. Now, here are some examples where Shelley did this. For example, I lived in 12445, my home address. A 45 is a type of pistol. I mean, just no ability to keep from going from one thought to another. Here, it was silver and white, but I think it was a silver lid. Now that I think about it, chrome. Mama, don't take my Kodachrome away. She just jumps from one thing to another and can't stop at all. I'm a girl. I'm not Shelley Berman, nor am I Shelley Hack or Shelley what's-her-name Winters. So she gets started on Shelley, and it just runs into some others. So it's just an inability of her to stop. Once she hits on a word, it triggers up another word and another word, even though they're totally unrelated. Do you think people believe you when you tell people these things?
The people that are here believe me.
And do you think this is happening to other people too?
I think you do.
Do you think it's happening
It's happening
to
all
other
over
people?
Yes, I think it's happening. It's already happened all over the world. It's the way it's been. Do you watch Jodie Foster movies? They did that whole series on me.
Do you think that...
Girl stuck down in the well.
So you think this is happening to
That's
other people
her.
too? You think this is happening to other people too?
That's how they scared that lady. The blonde lady.
That's who?
The blonde lady that works for you.
Sarah?
Yeah.
What about her?
That's Daniel Allen Gilroy's sister. Also, Judy King, a friend of mine who died, who had 5 children, all blonde like she was. King, Judy King.
So you think that's who that is?
In Houston. Definitely. What do you think? I don't recognize. And also my cousin Paula, my first cousin.
Well, she called me and said that she wanted me to help you. Can I talk about you for a minute?
Hi, Lily. That's Lily Lily Tomlin's line, or it might be Lily Taylor by now, for all I know.
Can I be
can't
selfish
imagine.
and talk about you for a minute? While speaking to Shelley, it was quite clear that she's very intelligent and very verbal. It was also apparent that she had a vivid imagination. Now, you've heard just a fraction of the over 63 people she mentioned in our interview. When I spoke to her, she mentioned Father Goose, Elephant Man, Jack Nicholson, IRS lady, the Sheriff of Nottingham, Teddy R. Bear, John Hurt. It just went on and on. As you can well imagine, it was quite busy inside her head.
Coming up.
They put a football bag on the back of my head.
Yeah.
I don't know what they call it. It's like 2 bags on either side of the spinal cord. I never had this.
Yeah.
Oh, and look what they've done to my hair.
And later.
What are your hopes for this trip to LA?
That I can get back on my feet again. Leave me alone. I don't want to be murdered.
We now return to Dr. Phil's exclusive interview with The Shining's Shelley Duvall.
Absolutely. This ace can sit beside any Oscar if I had one, or any Emmy if I had one. But who knows? You know, we're just now getting started.
Listen for moments when I try to ask Shelley a direct question like, can I get you to see a doctor? Shelley completely ignores the questions and takes off on a tangent, like a flight of ideas. Can I talk about you for a minute?
Sure.
See, I think...
It wasn't me.
I think you are living a pretty isolated life. And I think that you're scared a lot because people are hurting you.
Not unreasonably so. It's not high anxiety.
I want you to get checked out.
I would like to get my breast checked out because you know how this happened, this drop breast thing that Italian men kind of like?
Uh-huh.
I guess it must be it. Maybe it's everybody likes it.
Uh-huh.
It's the difference between Sophia Loren and Shelley Duvall.
Yeah.
Playing Olive Oil.
Yeah.
Or Wendy in The Shining.
I want to check everything out. I want to make sure that you're healthy and that you're feeling right, thinking right, sleeping right, eating right. Do you take any medication?
No. Will you quit trying to pin me with, she's a heavy drinker, she takes pills? It's in your head. Come on, I see the V at the top there.
Yeah, I got a bald head.
That's a goose.
You can see a lot of stuff in a bald head.
Yeah, but it's in profile and everything.
Yeah, but I would like for you to...
They put a football bag on the back of my head.
Yeah.
I don't know what they call it. It's like 2 bags on either side of the spinal cord. Yeah. I never had this.
Yeah.
Oh, and look what they've done to my hair.
Yeah.
And I haven't worn these that long.
Yeah.
And these are 100% cotton.
And see, the reason I want to get you checked out is because...
They're not tourniquets.
If your hair is thinning and you're feeling pain, I want to help you. I want to get you to some doctors that can really check you out.
It's a physical problem.
Right.
Physical.
I want to check you out physically.
And I don't want any more bee bites because they threaten me, but I'm not afraid of them anymore.
Okay. Stay with me here. Let me finish my thought, okay? I want to get you to some doctors that will check you out. All your physical things, check everything out.
You mean like this?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Can you get a close-up of that, please? I'm directing.
You're doing a good job.
These are not bug bites.
Shelley, listen to me. Will you let me get you to some doctors?
I was a pretty girl. I was beautiful. I was 1987 Entertainer of the Year for the Southern California Cable Television Association.
Shelley?
Yes, Phil.
You're still beautiful.
I'm not. This is grotesque to me.
You're a beautiful person. And
it's grotesque.
I want to get you to a doctor and get you
They didn't hurt
out.
my nipples, but they hurt my stomach all the way up here.
I'll take your word for that.
And when I was in England, by the way, doing The Shining, they made several futile attempts to get me into a psychiatrist who tried to, what do they call them there? It's a different name. A hypnotist? Stand up against the wall. I'm going to take your photo.
Will you let me get you to the doctor so you can get checked out?
If you so much as attempt to get my moon mole,
Deal. I'll leave it alone. Will you let me get you to some doctors and get your legs
Not as a
checked
prisoner,
out?
you're not.
No, of course not. You can come and go anytime you want.
What was wrong with the doctors I had?
We haven't seen doctors for a good while.
But I'd rather see my doctor than your doctor.
Well, but I've got some really good doctors.
You do?
I do.
Yeah? Can they fix this?
They can.
That's where a woman took a long Q-tip. She took this Q-tip and she dipped it in there. It was silver or white, but I think it was silver lid, now that I think of it. Chrome. Mama, don't take my Kodachrome away because I'm a thalidomide baby. Paul Simon, P.S. I love you. David Mamet. Are you a policeman?
No, ma'am.
Investigator?
No, ma'am.
Well, what do you do?
I'm a doctor.
With his own TV show.
You're very sweet to talk to me now.
I'm not diabetic.
Let me tell you something that's important, okay? Will you listen to me?
Yeah,
tell you something
sorry.
important. I want to have you checked out by some really good doctors.
I would like that.
For free. I'll pay for
If you
it.
promise me that they won't murder me,
I promise you.
because I don't want to be strangled or suffocated with a pillow.
Shelley,
and
I
two
promise you
pillows.
they're not going to murder you. I promise you they're not going to smother you or strangle you. They're going to help you feel better. I'm going to get you some real doctors to really help you to check out your body, make sure everything is okay, get them to stop hurting you, get you some real rest, and get you to feeling better. And I'm
The man who threatened me
going to get rid of him.
is the sheriff of Nottingham.
Okay, we're going to get rid of the
Have you
sheriff.
seen the
of Nottingham.
movie?
I have.
The old one, the black and white?
We're going to get rid of him. He's going away. So you trust that when I tell you that nobody's going to murder you, you trust that I'm telling you the truth, okay?
Coming up,
Do you know that I smoked all throughout the making of fairy tale theater? Tall tales and legends. I'm not in need of psychiatric help just because I smoke cigarettes.
Dr. Phil's exclusive interview with The Shining's Shelley Duvall continues.
Started all about 3 years ago, and I always wanted to do Mother Goose's nursery rhymes. But the idea of how could we put a twist to it, do something different with it that hasn't been done before. Thought, instead of just doing a musical, we'll do something with music in it, but that is rock and roll. And so the idea was born out of that, to have people from rock and roll play the parts, and some of them sing, or have comedians playing the roles, as in the case today with Gary Shandling and Terry Garr.
So you trust that when I tell you that nobody's going to murder you, you trust that I'm telling you the truth, okay?
You better.
Because I'm being your friend here. Will you accept this gift from me to get these doctors to check you out? And we'll make a deal that I won't let them murder you, and you make a deal that you'll let them check you out.
I'm interested in a reversal. Back to
Sure.
exactly the way that I was, and I still want to be me.
Exactly.
But as if I never came here,
Right.
although remembering everything. I never want to forget this.
Can we make a deal
I
that
never
we'll do
want to
that?
forget anything, not one thing.
Can we make a deal that
Elephants
we'll do that?
have a very long memory. And if you do, I'll become Elephant Man, and I will come to get you.
We'll make a deal that you'll get checked out, and I'll make a deal that they won't murder you.
I mean, like, I don't want to be sick. I don't want to be depressed anymore. I don't want my eyelashes and my hair pulled out in a Triple Crown series.
Not going to happen.
I mean, how could Jan Harlan, executive producer on The Shining, how could Jan Harlan, Stanley Kubrick's brother-in-law, by the way, have come in Jack Nicholson's dressing room when Jack and I were just laying on the floor exhausted? No, we weren't having sex. No, we weren't about to have sex. No, we weren't interested in one another that way. But we are interested in talking. And I'm like, oh, really?
I think you're going to feel a lot better after our doctors help you. After our interview, and with the support of her boyfriend and family, Shelley agreed to travel with a psychiatric nurse to a mental facility in Southern California. However, the journey from her home in Texas to the treatment center was incredibly difficult, if not almost impossible.
So I get to the airport to accompany Shelley and the nurse on their flight to Los Angeles, and I'm just completely shocked that there's several police officers on the scene.
She got out of the car and got upset and told everybody she was being molested. And then the police came and we called the partner. You verified that we were traveling together. It would be important for us to get there.
Once police understood the situation, we were able to get Shelley and the nurse on the very last flight.
We're in Vegas, and we just arrived, and we had a very nice flight. And Shelley was great. She didn't ask to smoke.
You know that I smoked all throughout the making of Fairy Tale Theater. Tall Tales and Legends. I'm not in need of psychiatric help just because I smoke cigarettes. I gotta go get this thing out of me, whatever it is, or this, whatever it is. I don't do drugs, but my skin is showing signs of really needing repair. And I hurt between the legs. I'm not Veronica. I'm Shelley Duvall. My full name is Shelley Alexis Duvall.
Coming up, Shelley's emotional journey to treatment.
Am I scared? Sure I am. Sure I am. Of course I am.
We now return to Dr. Phil's exclusive interview with The Shining's Shelley Duvall.
Shelley, to you, what's special about premiere night?
Oh, it's a thrill. I mean, you worked hard on the picture, and everybody did, and it's nice to have one night where you can just really enjoy it and go ahead and say hello and hope you like it. You know, it's good to be in a film that everybody likes.
Thank you.
Thank you.
What are your hopes for this trip to LA?
That I can get back on my feet again. I can see some of the people I really admired in film and television, just for old time's sake. I miss having my office. And I miss getting shows together. I miss working on my own computer. I just want to make some good shows. It would be nice. I want to tell a lot of people thanks. Am I scared? Sure I am. Sure I am. Of course I am.
Shelley, what are your tears for?
I'm tired, and my mouth hurts, my jaw. That's what hurt. And I can't wait to get it fixed. And I want to go see if Screen Actors Guild has any money. I want to know where we are. I want to see where I am before I'm going anywhere with you. Or Dr. Phil, okay?
Yeah.
You can't capture me and take me somewhere I'm confused about at night, where you've changed all the signs. Aliens, aliens. Alien the movie. Look, what time is it? I don't agree to work 24 hours a day for anybody, and that includes Francis Ford Coppola. Oh, that includes Steven Spielberg. I tell him to go himself. Now leave me alone.
In a quarter mile, turn left onto Crater Camp Drive.
You better stop it, Connie Chung.
They were a couple miles away from Creative Care, Calabasas.
It was supposed to be a hotel, and nobody would tell me the name of the hotel. They did that mealy mouth thing. Is this gonna be a murder? Are you gonna murder me? It looks deserted. Leave me alone. I don't want to be murdered.
We would never murder you.
You stop driving, and I'm gonna have a cigarette.
Okay.
Fire hazard area or no fire hazard area.
Okay.
If you're smoke enders,
Okay.
Patrick Reynolds warned me about you. I don't want to be raped.
Best person that you've been.
Please stop. Whose house is this?
After 3 days at the treatment center, Shelley still refused to agree to take any medications, and she would not sign the paperwork required to treat her. She was accompanied by trained professionals and was safely returned to her family and boyfriend at home. We are happy to report that we're now working directly with Shelley's mother and are providing Shelley treatment from a group of local professionals who, due to her refusal to take medication, will use alternative methods to treat her. Now, I want to give a special thanks to Dr. Kaligi and Creative Care Calabasas. We will keep you updated on her progress and hope that there is a happy ending to this story. We certainly wish Shelley the absolute best. If you or someone you know is struggling with a mental illness, go to drphil.com for more information. Thanks for watching.